Who is Kei Karuizawa? The most popular girl in Year 2 Class B, she can often be described as arrogant, snobby, and spoiled. From one point of view, she is seen as the amazingly bright and most beautiful girl in school, and another as an absolute bully who only cares for herself. She is very stereotypical of a valley girl. Originally as Hirata's girlfriend, she was able to establish herself as the girls' class leader, with her main friends being that of Sato, her best friend, and Shinohara. Much like Kushida, or should I say anyone in the series, under that cute, luminescent smile hides the dark secret that Kei refuses to let out. In middle school, Kei was a strong-willed, independent, and competitive girl, which a personality like this is great and can be seen as a positive for some people. However, with having a personality that is so bright, it will possibly begin to rub people the wrong way. Because of her middle school personality, it subjected Kei to non-stop bullying throughout her early adolescent years. They would steal her classwork, dump dirty water on her while she was using the toilet, lay dead animals on her desk, and worst of all, punch, kick, and fight her, recording the entire interaction only to show other classmates so they can laugh at her. And a little bit more description is that she was also being subjected to being forced to pick up trash with her mouth and eat it. From the constant and daily attacks of bullying, it resulted in both physical scars and emotional scars on Kei. She often has said that she is scared to reveal parts of her legs because of the damage that was done to her, and then she also developed PTSD from the trauma. Having been through all that and the developing of PTSD, Kei wanted to escape that life and head into a new one. So that's why she found the advanced neutering high school. Having constant thoughts and flashbacks about what happened to her, she declared to herself that in this new school, this new life, she will only care for herself and do anything to protect herself. With that being declared, the next steps that she took would be to become Hirata's girlfriend, the most popular guy in class, and leech off of his success and popularity to keep herself safe for anyone that wanted to mess with her. In doing so, she became the girls' class leader and the most popular girl in class. Thus, Kei the Parasite was born. Going into Volume 4, Jesus, disguised as Ayana Koji, was able to learn about Kei's past from Hirata, then enacting a plan to bring out her childhood trauma. Kei, during Volume 4, was accused by a group of girls, specifically Manabe, for pushing Rika. These girls confronted Kei, in which Kei says she has no idea who Rika even is. Not believing her plea, Manabe attempted to take a picture of Kei in order to show it to Rika. However, this didn't sit well with Kei, and she knocked Manabe's phone to the ground. Manabe and the girls grew angry at the action and the feeling that they thought Kei was lying. They also surrounded her in an attempt to forcibly bully her. Kei shriveled up, not being able to take the scrutiny. However, a student from Class A, Machida, came in to save the day, and throughout that exam, while still being Hirata's girlfriend, she would grow attached to Machida. Not because she liked him or thought he was cute or anything, but simply because he was her safe haven. And Ayana Koji saw their entire interaction go down and decided to become involved. After the next meeting, AK went to talk to Manabe and her friends. He told them a lie, saying that he had seen Kei bully Rika. After that, he put a plan into motion, getting Kei to believe that Hirata was supposed to meet her on a part of the ship where there was no cameras and low phone reception. He then got the Class C girls to meet Kei at this specific place as well. Here, the girls began to attack Kei. At this point, Kei's PTSD triggered and she crumbled. There was nothing she can do but succumb to the punishment. AK watched the entire time as they abused Kei, waiting and observing the scene. The girls finished and left Kei having got their revenge. Ayana Koji saw the opportunity and it was his turn. He swooped in and began to abuse Kei, pushing her onto the wall and attempting to force her into some sexual acts. Having been pushed to her brinks, as she slowly do as Ayana Koji commands, because it is what will save her in this school. By following his orders, she was able to keep her social status, having just displayed herself as the perfect tool for Ayana Koji. She accepts and refuses to have her world broken down, lifting her skirt and touching herself, inviting Ayana Koji in. AK then grabbed her hand and asked what happened in her past to lead her to this point. She exclaimed and explained that what happened to her during the early parts of her life. Seeing the dark and sadness in her eyes, AK showed her a picture she took of Manabe and the girls bullying her, and he would use it to blackmail them. He said he would do anything to protect Kei as long as she works and helps him in the future. It was at this moment where Kei the Parasite found a new host to latch onto, and from here starts the relationship between Ayana Koji and Kei. From here leads us to Kei's next shining moment, that of Volume 7. Ayana Koji first called Kei, telling her that she had cut ties with him and they can no longer communicate. However, as promised, he said he would still protect her from any threats that were to come. She didn't understand why he was cutting her off and wanted to fight it with all her heart, but she let it go and they separated. After the closing ceremony of the second semester, Ryuun began his plan to find Ayana Koji, or X I should say. Ryuun called Kei to the rooftop threatening to expose her past if she didn't come. Ryuun wanted to know who X was and used the leverage of her past. However, Kei did not fold. She did not tell him who was the secret leader of Class D. She said maybe if he had come to her with this before, maybe she probably would have folded. But now, considering how attached she has grown to Ayano Koji, she cannot give him up so easily and is willing to have her past exposed in order to save him. Ryuun, seeing that she was not budging, then ordered Ibuki to grab her and Ishizaki to fill buckets of water. They then began dumping cold water constantly onto her. Feeling the cold water hit her skin, the flashbacks and memories of her dark days from which she was bullied came forth. But even in this dark time, she did not give up the name of Class D's secret leader. But then over time, it began to get to her. As more and more memories came back, she began to blame herself for this current incident. Ryuun then revealed to her that her saving grace of Ayano Koji that came in to help her at her lowest point back during the board exam was not actually her angel. Instead, he was the one that set up the entire interaction for her to be bullied. Hearing the truth caused her to fall deeper into depression, even though she just heard her betrayal and Ryuun guaranteed to never involve her again as he goes after X. That still did not make Kei give up the identity of Ayano Koji. She held it tight to her. She didn't particularly understand why she didn't give him up when asked, but she knew that Ayano Koji was the only thing to ever bring light into her life. So if that meant sacrificing herself to save him, that's what she was willing to do. Having held off for so long, an unexpected guest arrived. This begins the beatdown of Class C. Having just watched her savior protect her, once again, her love for Ayano Koji grew. Moving on to volume 11.5, Kei had broken up with Hirata, and this was the turning point for Kei because for the first time in her life, she was in a genuine relationship with Ayano Koji, and with the ending of the first year, they had officially said to each other that they would be girlfriend and boyfriend. The rest of Kei's life in year 2 had been quite calm with no large developments other than the fact that she had to help Sato come to terms with the fact that her and Koji were together and the two of them having their first kiss within volume 4.5. Kei has changed a lot since coming into the school from a parasite to an independent individual, and at this point she no longer necessarily needs Ayano Koji in order to stay afloat, but rather she is with him because she genuinely likes and has interest in him. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment down below. And let me know your thoughts on why you all believe Kei is the best girl. Check out my other videos on Classroom Elite, and I do have more coming soon. But subscribe to the channel, follow my Twitter, link is in the description, and thanks for watching.